Christmas time is here, filled with love and cheer. What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome into the virtual sanctuary of the St. James Show, and also the welcoming place, the gathering for my beautiful thinking believers. I am your host of this carnal church sector, and boy, hasn't it been carnal around here. I am him, St. James. Will you do me a great big favor right now as you are coming in? Make sure all of you have hit that subscribe button and also hit the like button for me and hit that bell button so you'll know each and every time I am live. Hit all right, to get all notifications. Also, share on all your social media websites. Let everybody know we're here. And you can join our Patreon and our exclusive YouTube membership. All right. Patreon is the St. James Show, and you can become one of the YouTube exclusive members by being our monthly supporter. And some of you have been with me almost the 3 years that I've been here, a few of you. So I thank you for your support. And I hope everyone is having a wonderful Christmas. It is about that time. What's up? Queen Anne Brock is in the building, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Christmas season, holiday season. Candace, beautiful Candace is here. Thank you for being a member. Thank you to Nicole. The Bushes is in the building. Thank you for being a member as well. Angie James is here. Merry Christmas. We have Christopher Knight over there on Facebook on the storefront church. We thank you for being over there. Make sure you hit the like button over there as well. All right. Sean Carter is in the building. Thank you so much. Pray Era is here. Thank you for your support. Appreciate you. All right. Let's get down to it. Sean Nathan is in the house. Shardy Shar came through early. Let's see Simjaya, something like that. Sharon T. Leonard was here. Mike Moore, thank you for coming in. Amarota Cherry, I appreciate each and every one of you coming on in and having a seat here in the virtual sanctuary of the St. James Show. All right, what's up? Shar is here. Make sure you guys, as you're coming in, you're not just coming in to, just to see, just the view, but also turn the lights on by hitting that like button. Hit it on Facebook, hit it on YouTube. Let's do that. And let's do that. I know I am on like early. I'm never on in the afternoon, huh? But listen, I am done with my work week, so I can fandangle my time just a little bit more. Got a new camera. One of my wonderful friends bought me a new camera, so I was trying to figure that out. But I'm gonna. I think I'm missing something, so I will have to probably go buy a little attachment for my laptop to make all that happen. So we will make it happen. So I appreciate my friends who support it's always good to have friends and family who support what you do, whatever you do. And if it's positive, they are supporting it. So I really thank them for even always going the extra step and making sure that my dreams and my visions and my success are always, in their purview as well, making sure that we are all living the life that we should be living, and that is life more abundantly. Yes. Also, you see, there is a small goal of 5 super chats, $10 or more. Very small goal. So go ahead and wish the platform a Merry Christmas by helping reach that goal on this afternoon. All right. No, there's no rain here yet. It is still, looking out the window now, it is still blue up there. It is still okay. No rain yet. So, but I did hear it was coming. So we'll see. So what has everybody been doing today? Is everybody off work for the week? Or are you still working up in maybe tomorrow? What's up, Pastor Prim? Good to see you. Are we still working? Are we done? What say you? Little lemonade. Now I got a new thing. It's the gold peak or whatever tea with Simply Lemonade. It's the mix that they have now. I'm just obsessed with the Simply stuff, but I'll get over it. I'll get over it soon. Yes, yes, yes. On vacation until January 7th. That is a blessing. I don't have that testimony, but I am off for the remainder of the week, which is really good. And then next week I'm off. We're off on the 1st, and I took the 31st off, and so next week could be a short week for me as well. All right, make sure you guys hit the like button. You said 45 minutes left, and you out of this piece. I know that's right. That is good. That is good. That is good. I love our Patreon family. I'm able to kind of connect with you on a regular basis. We can have dialogue in Patreon. So make sure that you are a member of the Patreon, okay? Make sure you are a member over there. Let me see. I'm trying to see. I had some people who wanted to come on today, but I don't know if the time is going to permit them to come on. But hey, we're gonna let the church roll on. Oh yes, we are off for 2 weeks. Love working. Yeah, that's the thing about working for the school. You are off. All those good holidays that the kids are off. You usually off those as well. If it's not one of your in-service days, you have to go in and do your thing. But I had a great party over here on Sunday night. I entertained some friends and family, and I had a really good Christmas. And I have to catch myself because I'm thinking, oh, Christmas over because the party's over. No, the Christmas is not over. Christmas is in a couple of days, But since I had the party on Sunday evening, that was my Christmas. But we still got some things to do. You're a respiratory therapist, so I'm working through. Oh yeah, we need you. We need you. My good friend he runs the nurses station here at one of the hospitals. He's like the head honcho, and he's always on call. Always on call. So holidays aren't, even though he doesn't do like nurse work, he's still on call to make big calls that the hospital has to make or respond to in regards to patients. So yeah, we thank God for our folks in our medical field. Yes, we do. It's Christmas, everybody. So before we get into the things that we're going to be talking about on today, let's focus on the holidays.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Man, it doesn't show up signs of stopping, and I would have bought some corn for popping. Those lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. And the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, it's still goodbye. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Let it snow, let it snow, and let it snow some more. My. Thank you for those beautiful words of encouragement. You said, what is happening? They're singing, Pastor Prim. They're singing. He had to run sound like a goat. And Brock said, just retired from the medical field. Someone has to work all the time. Yeah. No time off. No time off. Inspired says she's a pilgrim passing through this barren land. Oh, we thank you for passing on through. We thank you. We thank you. Yeah, they are a hoot. They got all kind of renditions of things on the intranet. Just like that. You said your cousin's friend. Oh, is that right? Well, if you didn't like this one, listen, I'm just giving people the chance to come on in and hit the like button before we're not going to be live long today. Just wanted to give an update and stuff like that. You know. But one more beautiful rendition. Since it's 'tis the season. So we want to make sure that we're putting everybody in. There's so much negativity been going on around these parts. We got to put some positivity around here. It is Christmas. Will somebody tell these folks it's Christmas? Jeez.
You're gonna have to follow me, okay? Because this is spirit driven.
Right.
God damn it, I love this song. Wait with me, honey. I'm getting there. I'm doing a slide.
Okay.
I don't have to spell this out for you, do I?
No. Let's just go.
This is biblical. What's next?
Holy.
Holy infant soul, Bring something here. Bring something. That's a different take,
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought it had some interesting riffs
Sure.
that I haven't heard, but also I felt it was on message.
Yeah.
And that felt good.
Now, regardless of what y'all think, y'all know somebody just like her. And they black. So, my. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. What is up? One of my longtime church friend, Jacqueline Gibbons. She used to sing, I will make the darkness a light before thee. And all the ushers would have to close the doors, and it was all attention to the stage, to the platform. And Jackie would get up with her long nails and her very high heels, and she would stand up there with so much poise and and the high place I breathe. Oh, it was church time. It was church. See, that's when we had church. I don't know what people are doing anymore. I don't know what we're doing anymore. You're letting everybody walk through the solos. You let them come in while the scripture's being read. You let them walk on down the aisle doing prayer. All that foolishness they letting going on in the sanctuary these days. This is a virtual sanctuary over here, and we do things decently and in order. Oh, yes, and the high place. Hit the like button, everybody, and the high place. I will bring down. Listen. Make sure that you guys have hit that subscribe button and hit the like button for me. Make sure if you're on Facebook, you join us on our Facebook page and also over here on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube and you're on Facebook, make sure you come on over to the St. James Show on Facebook and join us in the mega church over here on YouTube, okay? That's our storefront church over there at Facebook. But we love you. We're building, and we're pushing over there on Facebook. What is it is Christmas time. What is your all-time favorite? Come on, we going to Abyssinian, so hold on. We getting to Abyssinian. We getting there. We'll be there in a minute. But it's Christmas, so chill out and hang out with me for a half a minute. What's your all-time favorite Christmas gospel album? Christmas gospel. I don't want to hear about Anita Baker's album. I don't want to hear about Lettucey album. I don't want to hear about Patti LaBelle. I don't want to hear about Mariah Carey. I am talking about your all-time favorite gospel Christmas album. What's your go-to when the Christmas time is coming? Our choir directors, our music leaders, who do you go to? Who do you run to, as Escape says, to fill this empty space? Okay, so let's see here. So Candace says Kirk Franklin and the Family Christmas. Listen here. Kirk Franklin and the Family Christmas is my all-time #1 album for Christmas. And it is celebrating this year its 30th year. Imagine that. 30 years. Where were you 30 years ago when Now Behold the Lamb came out? Where in the world were you? But I know every song on that album. I can sing it verbatim. Now, we didn't sing all of the songs on the album, but they were all good. But we did sing a good 85% of the songs on the album. But they were all really, Jesus is the reason for the season, all that stuff. Now behold the Lamb, all that good stuff. 30 years ago, this was released. My goodness. And we still listen to it to this day. And let's go on. This is me personally, okay? This is my stuff. My next album, so I'm going from #1 down, okay? For #1 and then, well, whatever. #2, Donald Lawrence, Hello Christmas. I can hear the angels sing. Oh, Drummer Boy. They put Stranger on there. I mean, this album is a win each year. It doesn't matter the year, it doesn't matter what kind of a program that you're putting on for Christmas. You always have to have at least one of these songs on this Donald Lawrence album. Yes, the Edwin Hawkins Singers Christmas is a good one as well. It is a good one. But I'm kind of going with what's the one particular song that everybody sings off that album, Pray Air. It's I can't think of it, but it's like one particular song that everybody sings on that Edwin Hawkins album. But yeah, so Donald Lawrence. So #1, Kirk Franklin. #2, Donald Lawrence. In my opinion, #3 is the Whitney Houston Preacher's Wife album. And it's Christmas. It's generally Christmas. I Love the Lord is on there, written and penned by Richard Smallwood. Joy to the World. Everybody say joy, 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 joy. Everybody has sung that song. That is more than likely the end of your program. Generally, people use that at the end. That was but that was a good one. And that was, of course, the Chicago Mass Choir recorded that with Whitney Houston. So that is an amazing, it's the Jesse said it's the best Whitney Houston album. I believe so too. And then right behind that is, of course, and I will always love you. What's up, Juice Radio Show? What's going on? Yeah, okay, I'll drop. When you get in, I'll drop. So #1 was Kirk, #2 was Donald Lawrence, and #3 is Whitney Houston, the Preacher's Wife. These are mine. These are mine now. You may have your own. Written by Dolly Parton, but penned really by Whitney Houston. All right. And even Dolly will tell you she made much more money with from Whitney with Whitney's rendition. All right. #4. I don't know if y'all sleep on this one. This James Hall Christmas is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Christmas album. What a miracle, a mighty miracle. I'm talking about Jesus Christ was born. He was born to the Mother Mary. Love and God he brought to glory. Who is this? They call him the Messiah. I'm talking about Jesus. Christ was born. Oh, I love it. I love it. If you don't know it, you better get to know it. That is one of the best Christmas albums for your church. All right? Yes, it is. Yes. But yeah, that was old Young James. Wasn't that Young James? Now, that's all I'm going to give you for that particular thing. But there's one song that the world, the Black church has just over inundated us with. What song at Christmas is that? Who's going to put it in the chat? What song that you can pretty much guarantee is going to be a fallback when ain't nothing else to sing at Christmas? It's like the every praise of praise teams. What song is that? My. Mike Moore got it. Mario got it. Yes. Yes. Nah, we wish it was Handel's Messiah, even though only the good ones, only the good choirs tackle Handel's Messiah. You missed it, bass boy. Go back. He was number 2. Yes. Emmanuel. Lord have mercy. And of course, the church I've been attending gave us a rendition of it. I knew they were pulling it out of the hat. At least try to get a newer version of it. I was listening to somebody on TikTok, a group, I think it was Brian Caption, whatever his name is, but he has a rendition of it. I mean, he stuck to the foundation of it, but he did do that, a nice rendition of Emmanuel. But of course, we are given the pass this year because Dr. Norman Hutchin has passed away. He did pass away. Thank you, Candace, for the Cash App. I always see your Cash Apps really fast. Make sure you guys, we do have a, if you would like to support our goal, hit the goal button on top. And you can give super chat. This is suggested, but you can move it to whatever you want to move the dial to support. But yes, let's hit that like button, everybody. You're slipping on the likes. You're slipping on the like. But Emmanuel, in my opinion, is the most sung song in Black church during the Christmas time. Well, Now Behold the Lamb is too. But it said something about that Emmanuel, because everybody shouldn't be attempting Now Behold the Lamb. But people will attempt Emmanuel. Even children's church, the children's choir will attempt Emmanuel. So, but of course, yes, Mary, did you know? Yep. All that good stuff. But the Handel's Messiah is a really, that's one of my favorites as well. But I'm talking about albums that every song on the CD was good to sing. You can put it somewhere. We know in Handel's Messiah, when Derek Coley and them there was time to go, but we know. Yeah. But again, I didn't really do, secular. I wanted to keep it within the bounds of gospel music, even if some of them have done gospel music, but that was a whole Chicago mass with Whitney. So we couldn't leave that out. Thank you so much, Sean, for helping us reach our goal. We only need 4 more now. Make sure you guys are subscribing to Sean Talks. She just needs a few more, y'all, to make it to her 1,000 subscribers. So make sure you are going over to Sean Talks and giving her a subscribe, like, and a view. Ray, what'd you say, Ray? I hate all this Christmas. Oh, be quiet, Ray. I just seen you up there, Emmanuel, in the choir last Sunday. So I don't know what you was grinning so big. I wasn't convinced you was sick of all the music, Ray. So don't you try it. I was peeping around your page. You was up in the choir, Emmanuel. Emmanuel. Don't play me, Ray. I saw you. I saw you. I saw you. All right. So, hey, listen, Merry Christmas, everybody. Let's get down to the nitty and the gritty of things. But before we do, we are thanking God. You know, they said Pastor Marvin Winans was not feeling well over the weekend a couple of times. So we're going to pray for him. Now, the Winans, they were together as one family in St. Louis over the weekend. So it was really good to know that the fact, because they hadn't been together in a long time like that. So just a little short clip of the Winans as they were in St. Louis doing a Christmas deal all together as one family. So the Winans were together for Christmas, and we are still praying for, Cece's always out on tour on Christmas. Cece make her cash, but it's good to see that the entire family was together again, celebrating the Christmas season. Even had Mother Dolores Winans there with them, so that was a blessing as well. Thank you so much, Randall. You said to my favorite blogger. Thank you so much for that Cash App, sir. I appreciate your support. Yes, I do. No, I haven't seen the update. No, it ain't. No, it's at 241. You sure? I thought it was in the 100s. No, I guess it wouldn't be. You sure it's at 241? That seems a lot, Nicole. Go check the books. Please go back to Sunday's video and make sure that's right. Please make sure that's right. All right, let's focus here. Let's focus. Let's have Marvin, Bishop elect for 20 years, get us back on track so we can get over there to Harlem.
No other name. No other name. No other name. No other name. Jesus. No other name. No other name. That name. That name is all we need. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Believe it tonight. There's no other name. No other name. Jesus. No other name. That name. That name is all we need.
To my apostolic folks, don't you know that name is all? What is the name that we just need? That's the only name you need. What is that name? Somebody said they reset the clock. Y'all going to the lake. And as Bishop Johnson used to say, I ain't talk about Millerton either. Well, we're in Harlem for a quick minute, everybody. This is the Right Reverend Dr. Kevin Johnson. Now, Dr. Kevin Johnson is the newly elected pastor. Well, he's been in it for a little bit now. Newly elected pastor of the Abyssinian Baptist Church in Harlem, New York. Of course, very prestigious church, very affluent church, very social justice-driven church. Some of the greats have come out of the church and go to the church. We know that Reverend Dr. Butts, right there to the right, in the corner, was the pastor for years upon years upon years until he took ill. And before he took ill, he did put together a search committee for his replacement. Now, once he put that search committee together, it was going, and then he passes away. Now, my timeline may not be all accurate, but I'm giving you kind of the bits and pieces of it to get to the deal. Okay. So does he got meta glasses? I don't know. He might have them on. So the search committee put out a request for folks who felt they were, qualified to be the pastor of the Abyssinian Baptist Church. Now, quite a few people applied, great people, and even one of the persons by the name of Dr. Eboni Marshall Turman. Now, she is a friend of the show, and we did interview her, during the time of her lawsuit, and she was one of the well, actually, she was not one of the finalists. They kind of said in the beginning that she was, well qualified, and she's in the top 3 or whatever, and then all of a sudden, when the rubber met the road, she wasn't qualified anymore, and her name was stricken from the record. Well, she said, well, I got something for y'all. Let me go ahead and give y'all a little lawsuit for gender bias and some other things, and we're going to see how that goes. But unfortunately, after a bout in court and what so have you, all the back and forth, the judge saw fit to dismiss her claim, her lawsuit against Abyssinian, Dr. Johnson, and that search committee or what have you. And that was thrown out of the courts. I understand. I believe she went to appeal. I'm not too sure. I think she didn't do the appeal. I think after a while, I think I read that she was going to just not do the appeal and let that go, let God handle it. And she's going to move on with her life, with her husband and her children. And she's going to be the great Dr. Eboni Marshall Turman that she is. Great speaker, a motivational speaker, preacher, businesswoman. She's just an all-around great a lady. Now, was she qualified to pastor Abyssinian? More than likely she was. But, it doesn't look like, and even from her own words, I think Dr. Butts pretty much said before he passed, listen, they're not going to put a woman in here, Sister Eboni. They're not going to put a woman in here. I'm just letting you know before I pass away, they're not going to, what they ain't going to do. And that's what they did not do. All right. So, but unfortunately, her claim was dismissed, and she went on, and she's moving on to do greater and better things. Now, it's still a question. I had a question. I was hoping to give her. I couldn't reach her before I went live, but I sure had a question because I really thought that she was either over there again or not. Maybe not. I may have it wrong, because when you read certain things, you don't know if people are there, are they not there? I don't know. But we'll have to investigate that a little bit later and talk about that. But anyway, but there was 2 lawsuits. There was the lawsuit with Eboni, and then the lawsuit came with some of the longtime members of Abyssinian Church. And it was Reverend Dr. C. Vernon Mason, Dr. Kevin Magruder, Jasmine McFarland White, and Clarence E. Ball III. All of those petitioners were challenging the election process of Abyssinian's new pastor. Now, even the head of the selection process, now she went on and ran away. She hit the road, Jack, when the heat started getting a little hot. She hit the road. She was like, I ain't in it. No, you was in it. You was in it for real. But she did go somewhere, and she kind of bailed out of it. But they kept pressing on the upward way, new heights they were hoping to gain each and every day. Now, it just so happened on yesterday. Now, we got to remember the same judge who dismissed Dr. Ebony's claim was the same judge who dismissed Eric Adams' corruption stuff. I don't know what's going over there in New York. But it sounds to me, if you know the right people around New York, you get what you need. I'm just saying what it sounds to me. So when I heard that the same judge that dismissed Eric Adams stuff had dismissed Dr. Eboni stuff, I wasn't too, positive that their lawsuit was going to go through. I just knew that it probably was going to be dismissed as well. But of course, I believe it got dismissed, and then now the Supreme Court has, knocked it out. So I don't know which way they want to go with it, but we will see what they did. Let's go ahead and read the press release first, and then we'll read something else from some of the other folks. Now, I reached out to these people with some questions and some requests, and to these emails on here, and the emails bounce back. So I don't know what they're playing over there. I don't know if this Latoya and the Katrina over there playing, but the email addresses ain't right. Guess they don't want nobody to really email them. I don't know what's going on there. Lawsuit against Abyssinian Baptist Church dismissed. Court upholds election of Reverend Dr. Kevin R. Johnson as Abyssinian's 21st senior pastor. I tell you, they've been around for a long time. Yes, they have. All right. A lawsuit filed by some members of Abyssinian Church in October 2024. It's been going for over, for that long, everybody. Challenging the election of senior pastor Reverend Dr. Kevin R. Johnson has been dismissed by the Supreme Court of the state of New York. The dismissal of the Magruder, McFarland White, Ball, and Mason Sr. versus Abyssinian lawsuit marks the second case challenging the pastoral election to be thrown out, upholding senior pastor's election. This has been a long journey, and we want to express our profound gratitude to our congregation and supporters for your trust, patience, and prayers throughout this process. The church said in a memo to the congregation, the court has now confirmed what we have known all along. The voice of the congregation was heard, and the will of the congregation was honored. We are ready to close this chapter and look forward with Reverend Dr. Kevin R. Johnson as the duly elected senior pastor. Following a July hearing, the New York Supreme Court examined each claim brought by the petitioners in the Magruder, McFarland White, Ball, and Mason Sr. versus Abyssinian lawsuit and found them without merit. Specifically stated that no fraud or wrongdoing occurred during the June 21st to 23rd, 2024 election process, and that the petition should be dismissed as a matter of law. Additionally, the court has also found that Reverend Dr. Johnson received a proper majority of the votes cast. The congregation lawfully approved electronic voting procedures, and the pastoral search process was conducted in accordance with the church's bylaws, thus upholding its election. Following the passing of Reverend Dr. Butts in October 2022, the church initiated a comprehensive pastoral search process that included 40 candidates from diverse backgrounds across age, gender, and sexual orientation. All right, so they had some lesbians and some gays apply. Get down. Well, there's probably more than, anyway. In June of 2024, the church congregation voted to install Reverend Dr. Kevin R. Johnson, who has been in the role of senior pastor since July 2024. Under his leadership, Abyssinian has experienced remarkable growth, over 430 new members, increased baptisms, and the grand opening of the Dr. Calvin O. Butts III Educational and Cultural Center. They said, why y'all ain't having a Sunday school over there, though? What's going on? Are the doors locked? What's going on? About Abyssinian Baptist Church, let me just tell you a little bit about them so you'll know. Founded in 1808, Abyssinian Baptist Church is one of the oldest African American Baptist congregations in the United States. Housed in a landmark Gothic Tudor building in Harlem, Abyssinian's history is steeped in worship, spiritual leadership, social activism, and community service. From Reverend Dr. Adam Clayton Powell Jr. to Reverend Dr. Clayton O. Butts III, and now Reverend Dr. Kevin R. Johnson, Abyssinian has remained a beacon of hope and critical junctures in American history. Welcome visionaries such as Pastor Dietrich Bonhoeffer, U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris, and U.S. President Bill Clinton. Ooh, y'all might want to take that out right now. No bill right now. No bill. Among many others. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. also delivered sermons from a historic pulpit and exemplifying the church's enduring role in champions civil rights and equity for all. So that is the press release done by the, what say you? What say y'all? Let's see what y'all. Yeah, they've been a long time. Yeah, they took applications. They weren't gonna hire no woman. Y'all can give us the application if you want. Calvin. Oh, it was Calvin. They put Clayton in there, didn't they? Hold on. I want to say, and I know it was Calvin. Well, it's Clayton Powell. Maybe I said Clayton Powell. That was another one. Did they say? I know it's Calvin. Did they say Clayton in here? I know it was Clayton Powell. I want to say, I just want to see something. Because they named the pastors. Was it the second one? Let's see here. Calvin O. Butts. Okay. Yeah, but I was Clayton Powell. Okay. Not sure. But I know it was Calvin. Let's see what the sister said. She just hit me back. Okay. I know. Let's just tell it quickly. Oh, yeah. If she's watching, yeah, we can definitely, we'll hook that up. So we will definitely have some folks on talking about this for sure. But let me go ahead and read the statement that came. Let me see. Do I want to read the statement that came from the church? Let me just see something. Let me see if it's worth reading. Let me just see some cliff notes of it. Let me see. Okay. Long journey. Okay. No, not worth reading. All right. Let's go to one of the petitioners. Statements. Let's go to Jaslyn McFarland White's statement. She's one of the petitioners who put it up, lawsuit against. Make sure you hit the like button for me. Jasmine McFarland White states, "We are deeply disappointed by the New York State Supreme Court's decision to dismiss our case. While we respect the authority of the courts, we do not agree with the outcome, nor do we believe it reflects the gravity of the concerns we brought forward in good faith and in good detail. Our lawsuit was never about undermining the church or its spiritual mission. It was about accountability, transparency, and the right of members to raise serious questions about governance, process, and spiritual harm without fear of retaliation or silence." I heard they just fired another female. They let go of another female reverend over there recently. Gotta check that out. "We came to the court because every opportunity for resolution within the church had been closed to us, and as we outlined in our petition." Because you know what people will say, you don't bring the church stuff to court. Well, when you go to all the areas and the angles to try not to take it to court, what else can you do? "The dismissal of the case does not resolve the underlying issue that compelled us to act. Those issues remain, and because of this decision, the Abyssinian Baptist Church is a deeply vulnerable institution, and the cycle of marginalizing, intimidating, and pushing out the voices of those who speak out will not only continue, but it will become a permanent stain in the fabric of a church that once stood for justice. We pursued this action not just for ourselves, but out of love for the Abyssinian Baptist Church and a belief that institutions rooted in faith and justice must also be willing to confront hard truths. Accountability and faith are not in conflict, they are inseparable. Though the court has declined to hear our claims, we remain steadfast in our commitment to integrity, to one another, and to the principles that first drew us to Abyssinian. We will continue to speak the truth as we know it, to support others who feel silenced, and to seek paths towards healing, reform, and justice. And ultimately, we know that God will prevail. And this is submitted by Reverend Dr. C. Vernon Mason, Dr. Kevin Magruder, Jasmine McFarland White, Clarence E. Ball III. Those were the plaintiffs. And the thing about it, the courts seem to run away or look for a loophole not to have to get involved in stuff. But the interesting part is a lot of people say, the separation between church and state, but people want it separated until they don't want it separated, until they want the courts to actually say something on their behalf. But a lot of people say that, there's a separation and where is it? But then they want the courts to speak up. So we have to, my question is, and I posted, this is what I posted for the post that I did earlier. And I just want to read that because there's always residue after things like this. We have to know that there are going to be some issues still going on. I said, Saints, the gavel has spoken and the courts have made it plain. Another lawsuit tied to the Abyssinian Baptist Church pastor selection process has been thrown out. The challenge brought forward by Dr. Kevin Magruder and his team did not prevail, and this is not the same matter as the earlier lawsuit filed by Dr. Eboni Marshall Turman, which raised gender discrimination and related concerns. That one, too, was dismissed. Now, after the first court said no, the New York Supreme Court has echoed the same refrain, case dismissed. In other words, the judiciary has stepped aside and said, this is not for us to decide. What does that mean for Abyssinian? And that's the question of today, y'all. It means the church stands legally settled for now. It means a clear win for Pastor Kevin Johnson and the current leadership for now. It means the doors are open, the pulpit is occupied, and the work of ministry can continue. Excuse me. But let the church say amen with wisdom. Court victories don't automatically heal congregational wounds. Dismissed cases don't always dismiss feelings. The question now is not who won in court, but who will win the hearts. And that has Dr. Johnson won the hearts of the people that they are saying, let's move on? Will this be the season where the saints finally live happily ever after and get back to doing the Lord's work? Or will there be more rumblings, more filings, more drama in its margins? Only time will tell. For now, we sit back, we watch, and we pray, because what happens in Harlem has a way of preaching louder than any press release. Let the church move on and let the record reflect it. So I see Dr. Johnson posting a lot of kind of subliminal stuff, really, kind of, Just my observation. Just my observation. You're like, I got y'all. Mm. He's and he posted something by I think Mark something. I think that is that. Oh, that's Friendship West. What's Haynes? Talking about always bet on God. And then he was flying out 9 hours ago. God would do what he says. You know, he's doing a little gloating. He's doing a little gloating, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. He says, "To God be the glory. The court has spoken. God is faithful." Both lawsuits challenging the pastoral election of Reverend Dr. Kevin R. Johnson have been dismissed. The New York Supreme Court found no fraud or wrongdoing and upheld its election as the 21st senior pastor of Abyssinian Baptist Church. The voice of the congregation was heard, the will of the congregation was honored. Onward, Abyssinian. There is work to do in Harlem and beyond. And that's the dreadful truth, Sean Carter. She says the church is only interested, the courts are only interested in churches' money issues. Yeah, that's when they'll step in when money is involved. But just when you think that some wrongdoing on an election for a pastor, what did y'all bylaws say? Oh, okay, I think y'all followed them. Okay, yeah. Next. Yeah. So you said Alvin Bragg, the Manhattan DA, is an active member of Well, I tell you, sometimes it's just that way. It's just that way. Mm-hmm. Chantel says smugness always has a way of turning back on you. Oh. I don't know if I would have did that, Pastor Johnson. I think I would have just did the press release. I wouldn't have filmed myself with some kind of smug, kind of, taunting, ego-driven type of silent response. I don't know. I don't know if I would have did that. Talking about Abyssinians, you want to come up and just come up, Regina? I have a few questions. Because, like I said, the sad part about it is, like they're saying, the church only cares if it's money. They don't want to get involved. They want to find a way to. That's why with this Moses Tyson thing that's going on with this lawsuit that's going on with the Church of God in Christ, Bishop Sheard, I'm afraid for Moses because they love to just kick back on the bylaws. Let me tell you, you can have this and they can say, no, we met and we changed it. And you wasn't part of the meeting, but we changed it. And you weren't privy of being a part of that change. And all of a sudden, you're standing out there on your own. You done spent all this money in this court system, and the Church of God in Christ got the money to spend. Y'all talking about where this money at, where that money? It's in court. It's in court, pushing people to stay in court, and nothing ever gets resolved. Long as you stay there, the more money that's being spent. And that's the thing about this, the petitioners. They spent a lot of money suing Abyssinian. They do have a GoFundMe. I think I posted that a few times, where you can assist them in this, but that's what happens. You spend all this money and these courts say, well, no, they're going with the organization because they can just they don't want to deal with that. And Abyssinian is a very well-to-do type of church. So where'd you go? Oh, okay, there we go. It's like the other night, I couldn't get this stuff together for nothing. How are you, Regina, from the Juice Radio and Talk Show?
Listen, I'm good. I'm tired but I'm here, my friend. What is going on? Who's suing who? It's
well,
like
we had Abyssinian. We had a group of members that were suing Abyssinian Church, stating that the bylaws were not followed. There was some fraud done in the election of their new pastor, Kevin Johnson. But like someone said, the courts have, as we have been seeing in a lot of these types of lawsuits, the courts don't want to get involved.
No, they don't. Sorry, I got to put this lipstick on.
No, you're good.
The courts usually and stuff like that don't like getting involved when it comes to church related stuff, religious stuff. They don't, but it's necessary. It's time that people start taking these churches to court for these churches thinking they can do whatever they want to do. Moses Tyson is going through a similar situation.
But and I understand that, Regina, but is it really the smart thing to do?
What, as far as suing your church for the wrong thing?
Yeah.
I think it is, because here's my thought. I think there always has to be a voice that will stand up when other voices don't. That's how we make movements. Somebody has got to do something. Everybody just can't stay silent.
Yeah.
So it is important. Here's the problem: when nobody does anything, everything continues to be the same.
That's the thing.
If Martin Luther King Jr. would never have marched, things would have still been the same. So somebody has to stand up when others don't.
Right.
Because we know it's wrong. And churches that are trying to act as though they can do what they want to do and just get away with it, it's got to stop, because there's too much stuff going on. Now, I don't know the particular story that's going on with the one you're mentioning here, but after talking with Moses and the stuff that he's claiming, it's just absolutely wrong for someone. One of the allegations he has is that the members paid off the church, and then the entity that's trying to sue him just comes in and swoops in and say, well, we own this church now. And it's like, but the members paid off the church. And so it's not right. Some of the things that's going on. And I do think that it makes it, thank you, Holy Spirit. I do think it makes it available for us to get more educated on what the bylaws are and what the bylaws represent. Too many times we as church members and even people that are on the board of the church, we only listen to the pastor and we don't pay attention to the bylaws.
And a lot of times these pastors pad their boards with people. It's like the Supreme Court. You pad the Supreme Court. The president pads the Supreme Court so it can fluctuate his way when need be. And a lot of times the pastors do this as well, unfortunately.
Right. So it's time that we start getting educated in the church, church stuff, what's going on. It's time for us to stop just going to church, sitting in the pews, having a good praise and worship, listen to a great sermon. We need to get to the business side of the church. Because the business side of the church is what's been failing when it comes in the long haul. And too many of us have not been paying attention to it. So it's time that the generation starts standing up saying it's not just about a tent revival anymore. It's about the business part of it too.
And I think one thing that is good about this and lawsuits like this, it does make the corporation, the entity, the church body, do better next time. So if they have to have an election, whatever that election is going to be, it's going to be looked at way more closely than just letting people just kind of do what it's going to be under a microscope to make sure that things are done decently, in order, and according to the bylaws that the church decided to come up with. Because again, I hope that this group gets their you know, this money paid off, you know, because, you know, you got to pay for all these lawyers and all this other stuff. But I pray that gets done. But you are right. If nothing is ever said, things will continue just to go.
These lawsuits also bring about accountability for the church, the church leaders. It brings about accountability. It's letting the church know that we as your members are no longer going to allow you to just do and say whatever you want. So it also makes the church leaders to get into the accountability part. They have got to be accountable for stuff that they do, right or wrong. They got to be accountable. Yeah. Hey, Sean Talks. Hey, Mike Moore. I see y'all in the chat.
And there's with this particular issue with Dr. Kevin Johnson, there was already a lot of questionable stuff. You know, he had his Dare to Imagine church in, I believe it was Philadelphia or something like that. And there was issues going on there. And then he's a non-denominational pastor coming into a starch Baptist history of church, trying to, you know, change. You know, one thing you don't do, Regina, is to mess with no Baptist church and try to change them.
Usually you leave the Baptist and go to non-denominational.
Right. He left the non and went to the Baptist. Like, you're not going. And then, you know, he was still pastoring kind of both churches for a while. They didn't really like that. And then people he hired, and then they mysteriously resigned at the other church, because he's still running the other church as well in Philadelphia. So, you know, it's a lot of issues that actually are questionable. And I can see why they wanted to say, we having some issues with you and this committee here.
Yeah.
So
listen, that's what's done in the dark will come to the light. Yeah. They back there in them church offices right now. They ain't playing. They come to the light. Open up the books.
And you know, the first lawsuit, Regina, was from Dr. Eboni Marshall Turman. She was a longstanding member there, very educated. I believe she teaches at Princeton or what's the one in New York? Princeton?
I don't recall.
Harvard, one of them, but she's
I did online college.
In Harvard or one of them. I know somebody will correct me in the chat. But you know, and she had applied. You know, and they didn't even, you know, after saying, oh, she's so qualified and all this other stuff. And but even she had to admit, the old pastor who passed away that she was very close to just told her pretty much straight up, honey, they not going to hire no woman here.
Yeah, we still got that problem in the church, man. They don't trust us women in some of these pulpits.
No, no.
Yeah. Still got an issue.
And the sad part about it, and the people who don't really believe in it still goes along with that theory that they don't want a woman pastor. They don't want to, you know. So she had her, and then she had her lawsuit, because hers was first. She had hers thrown out.
Oh my.
And then they threw out the second one. Now,
wait, was it male judges? I'm just saying.
Well, it was the same judge who threw out, after Orange Man got in here, he threw out Eric Adams' charges in New York. The same judge.
The same judge. My.
And then someone said the DA goes to the Abyssinian. So
my God today. My God today.
You said the first church in Philly kicked him out because of his antics. It was so funny, because I did report on it. I do have a playlist, everybody, of Abyssinian playlist here on YouTube. So if you're not, you know, if you have some extra time and you want to just kind of read up on, or even have the interview with Dr. Eboni, you can go and check out and get a little bit more clarity on it. So, but the playlist is on YouTube, and it'll kind of map out some different things that we did find out about Dr. Johnson and his past with the other church. So it's an interesting thing. It is an interesting thing. Yeah.
Well. My God today. My God today.
So how was your Christmas? What's going on? How was your
Well,
Christmas
Christmas
season?
coming up, and I am going to listen. This Christmas, I am going to just worship and realize and recognize what the reason for the season is. I will not be in any lines trying to shop. My wallet said no. My heart said no. My car said no. My pocketbook said no. The
Yeah.
bill collectors all said no.
Yeah.
I'm just going to this year. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spend time with my daughter, my husband. We're going to stay home. Christmas Eve, Christmas. We're just going to cook, maybe sing a few songs, sit, watch TV. We're just going to have family day, family night. I'm not going anywhere. My sister did invite me over to her house, but I told her this year, I said, you know what? My husband and I, we have been traveling so much. And you know, with my brother being sick.
Yeah, because you have a lot on your plate right now.
Yeah, haven't been able to travel much because of my brother. So my daughter has been missing out on time with us. She lives with us, but we're always out. So I called my sister and I said, no, I said, you know what? I said, I am going to spend time with my daughter, my husband. Christmas, New Year's, the same.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be out in these streets trying to buy anything. Amazon is my favorite store. I'm not even going to Amazon. I am just going to relax, relate, and release and understand and know that just because I'm not buying a gift does not mean that I'm not celebrating the holiday.
Right. And I think people get that twisted.
Yeah.
Just because you're not out in the hustle and bustle and spending money, that doesn't mean that's a bad Christmas or you don't have the Christmas spirit.
Listen, we paying the mortgage this year for Christmas. We paying the car payments. We paying insurance, lights, water.
Because on the 26th of December, you got to live.
Come on now, the first is right around the corner. That's what we doing for Christmas. We paying bills around here.
Right. Because we are living and we are sustaining ourselves into 2026. And we're not going into 2026 scratching and surviving.
Come on now. And so many people are doing the same thing. I did a motivational video yesterday on this. The value of the merchandise is not the value of love that a person has for somebody. No. I know a lot of families right now are out here thinking that, you know, they wish they could buy. Thank you, Nicole. A lot of people are wishing they could buy gifts and wishing. And some people actually are depressed because they cannot buy gifts. So I did a motivational video yesterday to let them know, hey, don't be discouraged. Yeah. Your value in the amount that you love somebody is not dependent upon the price of something off a store shelf.
Yeah.
We need to get back to really understanding what Christmas was about. These store owners and all these marketers and commercialism have really taken this holiday to think that we're supposed to go and be in somebody's shopping center or somebody's line. Yeah. And that's really not what the whole fact of Christmas is about. We're going to be talking about that tonight on my show. As a matter of fact, the team is joining us for a special edition church news.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about Christmas. What is the real reason for Christmas? I think we lost really what the real thing of Christmas is in the commercialism of it all.
Yeah.
And kids are out here thinking if I don't get a gift for Christmas and Santa put a charcoal in my bag and all this kind of mess, and, you know, or I've been a bad kid. I'm not getting anything for Christmas. I've been a bad kid, or I didn't get what I wanted. I was bad. And it really messed with people's mental, and depression sets in really big around the holiday season, not because people feel as though they're sad because the holiday is coming. They're sad because they don't have anything to give financially. They can't do it.
Yeah.
And so I did a video yesterday where I said, listen, y'all, no, we ain't feeling bad. We're not feeling bad. We're going to do something different this year. That's what we're doing. There's so much going on in the world right now where people are just not where they were financially before.
Right.
And so we got to stop trying to make people feel like if you don't get me a gift, you don't love me. I even said in my video, if somebody invites you to a party and say, hey, we're doing gift exchange and the amount of the gift is this, and can you come? And you can't go, tell them, no, I can't come because I'm not purchasing a gift. And if you love me, you'll accept that I'm going to come, but I'm not purchasing a gift.
And you're so right, because I invited someone and we had a white elephant at mine on Sunday. And they hit me up. They, sent me a text. I just don't have. And we only put it at a $20 minimum. But I didn't. I felt no kind of way. I said, "Don't worry about it. A gift from you will be here.
Thank you.
So you can do the exchange." I said, "No. You don't even worry about that. You come, you eat. A gift from you to participate will be here. So don't even worry about it."
And that's really good. And the fact that you're not leaving them out because they can't. And I
Right.
think we need to focus more on, it's not that I'm not able to give the gift,
Mhm.
but right now I want to help other people that are not able to give the gift.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel discouraged. Don't feel dismayed. Come on, you guys. Let's get
Mhm.
back to really what is Christmas. If I can spend time with my family and I can enjoy a ham sandwich or a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Mm.
Come on, with the two ends of the
Yeah,
bread.
you got that
With
right.
the two
And be
ends
just
of the
as
bread.
full.
Come on now. Let's split that thing in four. Let's sit down, be grateful where we are,
Yeah.
and let's pray and press on. Next year, we pray it won't be the same. But
Yeah.
listen, we're not going to go into this thing thinking I'm sad because I couldn't get my child this or couldn't get my husband that. Listen, I'll go in that closet and wrap up some of that stuff that's already in this closet and let y'all know.
No, but you know what? But on the flip side of that, and flipping it to us so saved spiritual folk
Okay, let's go.
who say, well, he wasn't born on that day anyway. And I think
My
they're
God.
actually using that as a cop out, either to not buy gift, but I think they're using it. It's like, we don't need to get into the dynamics of when.
Oh, they
The
do.
fact of the matter, if you're a believer, and if over
Mhm.
here, I like to call them thinking believers, you
Right.
know that regardless of when he was born,
He was
he
born.
died and he
Mhm.
rose again. So
Mhm.
regardless of you wanted to, that's why I don't like people who say, well, it's pagan, it's pagan, it's pagan. Everything can be pagan. But
Listen.
let's not hide behind that. And it may be a great time of reflection just to reflect on that. You're thanking God for the gift.
Come on now. When those magi came to Joseph and Mary and they came with their gifts, they didn't bring those gifts because they wanted Mary and Joseph to give them a gift.
Yeah.
They came because they wanted to bring something to bless Joseph and Mary. But what people don't realize is, and I said this on my motivational video yesterday, Mary and Joseph's gift to those wise men was far more greater
Yeah.
than what those wise men brought.
Yeah.
So it's not about what gift you can receive. It's about what gift you give, in the sense of not something off a store shelf. Sometimes you just sitting in the presence of somebody, calling somebody, holding somebody's hand. I said this before, go to a nursing home. Y'all know how many people over there this holiday season will be sitting alone, even though there's other patients there, nurses that are there. These people don't have nobody come in sometimes all year. When my brother was in the rehab facility, it was a nursing home / rehab facility. And my husband and I, we made a point go there every day. And when we couldn't make it, we had a family member go there. But you won't believe how many people came to me and said, I love when you and your husband come in because y'all light up this place. Y'all are so excited. We feel so good y'all here. I started learning all their names. And I did that because I started learning that some of them, they got family that's right there, but they don't even come in.
Won't even probably live down the street. Right? Yeah.
Won't come in. So my husband and I started, when we would go see my brother, we would learn their names and say hello and make it a point to make sure we see them. I started finding out what they like to eat because you know what those nursing places, you don't have much. And it's not like we have a whole bunch of money. I found out one guy, he said he loves chili. He said he hadn't had chili in a while since his mother passed away. And this guy's like in his 70s, 80s talking about chili. So I told my husband, I said, wait a minute, take me to the local Wendy's, because I know there's a Wendy's around here somewhere.
Right. And Wendy's chili ain't bad now.
They got chili. They got chili. Honey, St. James, I went over there and we got this chili in a little cup, bought it back to him. That man felt like he had won the lottery. It don't take a lot. It just takes your effort.
Your effort.
Know? Yeah. And so go do that, spend time, find out in your neighborhood, is there somebody who's a senior who's by themselves? Check, knock on their door, see if they're alone. Sit on the front porch with them if you're scared to go in the house, because you got to be careful with people nowadays. But sit outside. How you doing?
Jessica said she volunteered at a hospice. They are so lonely. Yeah.
Come on now. Sitting there just knowing that their life is about to end. And not only that, go over there and celebrate those hospice nurses. Come on now, they deal with this every day.
Oh, you got that right. Yeah, and they're having to be there with them as well during the holidays. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So just find an opportunity to do something that does not take you having to go stand inside a store or something like that, because there's so many opportunities out there. Thank you, Holy Spirit. There's school is out right now.
Right.
But they have daycares that are open, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know how many single mothers in there cannot afford to get their kids any gifts? And I know a lot of churches had Toys for Tots
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And thank God for Toys for Tots. They try and fill in the gap as much as they can by connecting with churches. But go to a daycare and ask these people, hey, what mother do you think needs some help with something? Even if you bring in some diapers.
Right. The simplest things, just like that, diapers or some milk or some,
Right. Diamonds ain't forever. Diapers are forever.
Right. You're going to need that. You definitely. Yeah.
So we're going to be doing that this holiday season, sitting around hubby and daughter. And I told my husband I want to make some Jamaican patties. Somebody came in my comment and gave me a suggestion to make some Jamaican patties. So we're going to attempt to do that. We're going to just hang out.
I had some from Trader Joe's who has some.
I love me some Trader Joe's. If y'all are doing Trader Joe's, my God.
Oh, yeah. But they have some Jamaican patties that are not bad.
Listen, everything from Trader Joe's that I've had.
Yeah.
I go there for the food, all the food.
Right.
And everything I've had at Trader Joe's, I cannot say it was delicious. Nothing that I had from Trader Joe's was bad. Go in that freezer section, child, Trader Joe's.
You may have to walk around it about twice to make sure you get everything.
Get out there a good 3 times. That Trader Joe's is a blessing.
I had the best, but the best of the best Jamaican patties were at this Jamaican spot in Los Angeles. Oh, in Inglewood. Oh my goodness, it was so good. The oxtails were great. And I was thinking about that myself. I was like, we did that, but I have some other friends, and it's like, what do you do for Christmas? So I think I'm getting suckered again. I think I'm just gonna cook again, Regina. I think so.
Listen, if you cooking oxtails, send me the address. Shoot.
Actually, I'm thinking about going just rogue and really doing like oxtails and gumbo. I'm tripping out. But
what I tell you, and thank you, Holy Spirit. You know what I'll tell you, what really will bless people this year as well, that you all go and help somebody after the New Year's.
Yeah.
Because so many people are helping on Christmas Day and on Christmas Eve. But if you all go like a couple of days after, like December 28th, I'm just throwing some random days out. Go and help somebody on those off days. That's really going to bless people as well, because they're not expecting it. They always expect, some of them that do expect, they're like, oh, it's Christmas. Maybe we'll get somebody to come in here. But go in there those off days. That would really be a blessing to people as well. So
Ray asked, what was this? Make sure you add me on St. James Eats, everybody. I post my stuff over there, like different restaurants and things that I go to. I want to say, did I post that?
You got about what, 3, 4, 5, 15 channels, St. James?
I got about 22 channels.
22. Okay. And they all good. I'm subscribed to all of them.
Ray, I know I would have to. Oh, you know what? Maybe I did. It might be on St. James Eats YouTube, my shorts, but I'll get you that, Ray, and send it to you. I'll send you the name of it. Let me tell you, that Jamaican spot in Inglewood was great. And when I walked in and seen a bunch of Jamaican guys in there ordering and then sitting down there, I said, okay, I'm here. I smell weed. You have to smell that.
Telltale sign. This is a good joint over here. This is a good joint.
I smelled weed and I knew I was at the right place. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
When we go down to Miami, when we're in Miami, that's the culture. Hey, Julie Azar, thank you for coming on in. Thank you for that. We go down there to Miami. Ain't nothing like a good Jamaican patty from Miami.
Wow, I bet.
They got all kind of callaloo, ackee and saltfish. They ain't playing with this beef, just beef patties. They got everything over there in Miami.
Right.
I mean, all kinds of stuff that you would just be like, what? They got jerk chicken. They got
probably the curry chicken.
Curry chicken patties. The veggie patties. Listen, down there in Miami, they ain't play. I was in Miami, St. James, visiting my son, and he took me to this fusion sushi place, and they had a oxtail sushi roll.
Oh my goodness!
With sweet fried plantains. My God, today Miami will put some stuff together.
Now, I ain't never heard of that, but you know what? I would eat it. I would try it.
Listen, I was like, can we get 2 orders?
You tried Tev's Kitchen here, and it was it? This place is in a little, it's right across. I don't know if you're familiar with that area, Ray, but it's a post office right on the corner, and right across the street in the little strip mall. It's a bunch of Jamaican stuff going on over there, but it's right across from that post office in Inglewood in that same deal. So you may know what the place, but I'll get you the place of it.
I've heard Inglewood has some great food. I've never been to California. I've never been.
I know. And when you and the mister come, make sure you tell me, because if you're in LA or whatever, or the Bay Area, I would definitely want to meet you guys and take you out to dinner to one of the good ones.
We ain't gonna turn that off or down. I think the closest I got to California was Las Vegas.
Okay.
Las Vegas is like a hot spot.
Depending on where you're. 5.5 hours for me, 4 hours, I think, for Los Angeles. So
yeah. Well, definitely when I get on that plane and fly them 4 or 5 hours or whatever it is, my God.
Well, just wait till I go back to Amsterdam in April and have to fly 10 hours.
My goodness. When I went to Israel, Israel was, babe, how long was Israel? 14?
Oh my goodness.
How many hours, my love? 12 hours. And that was from Jersey. We had to fly from Miami to Jersey and then from Jersey to Israel. And that was 12 hours. When I tell you up in that air all that time, I was like, thank God you are God and holding this plane up for 12 hours.
Yeah. I remember asking the flight attendant, it was like, I said, like, I had to get up and walk around in the back. And I was like the kids, are we there yet? And they were like 2 more hours. I was like, oh my goodness. And you're trying everything. You're trying to go to sleep. You're trying to It's different. It's all the kids making curry chicken tonight. Girl, what's the address? Curry chicken. And you know what? I didn't used to like it because the Indian culture is a little bit different than the Jamaican culture curry.
Yes.
That Indian curry is a little potent.
Ooh, it is. It is.
I can't get with it's like, and everything is curry over there. But because when I went to the place in Inglewood, I wanted just to get a little taste of it all. So I got a little oxtails, and then I got the curry chicken, and then it comes with like their cabbage vegetables, which was good, and of course their plantains, and one of the best was the beans and rice. Rice and peas.
The rice and peas.
Oh, rice and peas. It was so good.
Listen, if you ain't making your rice and peas with coconut milk, let me just tell you, y'all make it
right. Yes, you do. Yeah.
You need that good can of coconut milk. See, my husband's Jamaican, and everything
really?
Authentic.
Does he make the oxtails very Jamaican with the butter beans and everything?
Oh yes. Of course. Okay. And listen, he was like, we went to one store and they had little flat oxtails. He was like, this ain't oxtails. He said, I need an oxtail that's like thick like this. Don't be giving them little flat things.
Me and my daughter went shopping for the party that we had on Saturday. And
how is she?
She's doing wonderfully. I'm still
spoiled self.
And I'm like, you know what? Let me just get the box and put the cash in it, because I can't. But I thought like I do a stocking for her, and I just inundate it with, different things, little thing, but a lot. She probably right now has about 15 gift cards.
Oh my.
Yeah, so I just kind of give her a lot of that, and then I'll give her, whatever. But you listen, she's my daughter. Like I said, I want to make sure how a man's supposed to treat you.
Come on now. And I love when you do that. I loved when you had her on the show when y'all were in the car. She was so cute. I was like, man, he's just a proud daddy. Yeah. I love it. But I could tell she did everything.
Because she really hasn't given, praise God. She just hasn't given me and her mom any issues, I mean, regular life stuff. Yeah. But I'm talking about, she just ain't given, she's 25. So,
but even if she doesn't, she's your daughter. Listen, I got one over here. She just turned, how old are you now, girl? Baby girl, how old are you now? 34, child.
34. Wow, she looks so young.
I know, she looks like she's like 12. Everybody always tells me.
Yeah, she looks so
like
young.
She's 12. That's my firstborn child. That's my firstborn. That's my little buddy in there. 34. She just celebrated her birthday, and then her brother's 29. They right there, next to each other. It gets amazing, St. James. You look at these kids and you're like, my gosh, y'all so grown now. Do I really look old in the mirror? What?
It's so funny because we were just, it was just like we were just reminiscing. But going to what you said about, it's like regardless of what they may even encounter going forward,
yeah,
we know that, it's instilled in them that they will get through whatever it is because.
Yeah. And I love that you said you want to treat her the way you want her to expect her man to treat her or men to treat her.
Yeah.
And that's important. We need to teach these women their value.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times they don't know their value.
Yeah.
I mean, I got 2 spoiled, rotten kids.
And that's okay, because I know mine is rotten.
They know. Listen, my daughter's like, if you can't do better than my mom, I know you can't do better than my dad.
And that's good. Now that's good. And it's like, no, and don't, but I don't want to, mislead her to think that, she has to have everything that she wants. I don't think that's what it is. And sometimes it's kind of that thin line, Regina, that I'm trying to be.
I know, my God, today.
But I want her to be, make sure that, there's a level of respect and expectancy, that you have, that you want from your partner. You just don't want anybody coming in and she's had a couple of boyfriends, really short-lived in high school, but then she had a 7-year. And even with that, she woke up one day and said, I think our paths are different.
There you go.
But when you're with somebody from high school, you are growing at, and us guys, we grow a little more less than the women.
I know you want somebody that's going to help elevate you, not try and diminish you. So I get that. Mike Moore, you 31? Okay.
31. Okay.
Mike Moore, you 31? You could be
one of the youngsters, because my algorithm say everybody over here is about 50 to 75.
Yours too?
Yes. They say everybody over here about 50 to 75 at least.
That's what my YouTube analytics say. Your main crowd is between 60 and 70 something. I was like, well, come on in. I was like, I ain't mad at it.
I ain't mad at it because guess what? Those are the ones who really they support,
It's like, and they'll stick and stay with you.
And yeah. But to the point of teaching, because I said this in another live, I don't want to raise a daughter who can be deceived by the likes of a Brian Carn or some other, type of manipulating spirit that, she just lost her mind to. I don't want that.
That Brian Carn child. That one right there. Oh Lord, I need to talk to Brian. I really do. My goodness.
Come on, 68.
Oh, hey, 68.
I tell you, they over here.
Come on now. I know they are. Listen, but listen, I love, like you said, you teach your daughter, and I think it's important for us to show the value of our children. And like you said, you're probably not going to find somebody that does exactly everything that your parents do for you, but at least teach them some standards.
There has to be a starting point. There has to be. Yeah.
So what else is going on your side over there?
Nothing much. We're just living and loving and
got some concerts coming up. You the music. Every time people come to my channel talk about music, St. James.
It's like me. My mind thinks far ahead, and then I work my way back. Like I'm thinking of what I'm doing in November 2026. I know what I'm doing for Mother's Day. I'm having a Mother's Day brunch. I'm bringing that back.
Oh, nice. How is your mom?
She's doing great. She was just here on Sunday, but I'm having a gospel brunch, so I'll do that. Yep. So I just booked an artist that I'll release in a little while of who's going to be doing it.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I'm working backwards. I think I'm gonna have something in February, early March, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. And then going back to Amsterdam. That's
going back to Amsterdam, April, and got some other stuff going on. Maybe going to New York for Easter time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Donald Lawrence is doing a going to be performing at the Lincoln Center that weekend of
Okay.
Easter. So
Okay.
yeah, that's
What
something
part of
that
New York is he going to be?
it's going to be in Lincoln, and I believe it's in Manhattan. I believe Lincoln Center.
Okay.
Nicole, where's the Lincoln Center at? I think it's in
Okay.
Manhattan. Yeah,
Madison say, "Oh no, not Brian Carn." Child.
yeah. He said
Hey,
until
Sean Talks.
he said that clip. He said, "Can't nobody tell him what to do. Can't nobody
That's what
nobody
he
control
said.
him."
He said, "Can't nobody control me."
That's what he said.
Can't nobody control me. Listen, he sounded when he said that, and I was playing it on my phone. My husband said, "Oh my God, sounds like our nephew." I got a little 6-year-old nephew. Prince is what? 5. I got a little 5-year-old nephew, and his brother is I think 7. And he called his mom one day, the little 5-year-old, and he said, "King is trying to control me." And so when I heard Brian Carn talk about, "You can't control me," my husband said, "Oh my God, he sounds like our little 5-year-old nephew." Control me. I hollered. When I tell you I hollered, I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh my
but
God."
you know what? Is he an only child, Brian Carn?
No, he has a sister.
Oh, he does have a sister. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He has a sister. Yeah, that Brian Carn is something else. But listen, when they tell the truth, you got to believe them.
Listen, and my thing is, and stop acting like that's they say Alice in Wonderland when they done told you who they were, you done heard some things, you know some
He
things,
said it out his mouth.
and you still walk right into the devil's pit. So I don't know what to
said
do.
it out his mouth. Ain't nobody gonna control him. Listen, he done told y'all.
Yeah.
Bashed you ain't gonna control him. The other ones ain't gonna control him. He just gonna do what he want to do.
And I don't even get all flustered about the stories that come out. Now we done went from 10-year relationships, and now we over here to threesomes. And I mean, we done went from there to there. So what else can we do?
Listen, I don't know, man. That guy, I'm still praying for him though. I would stretch a prayer. And
I just hate when people talk about, he just needs to get married. The marriage is not the cure for that.
That's the worst thing for him to do right now. The worst. I don't understand why people would want to put that on a woman.
Right.
Why would you want to put that on a woman? Tell him, go ahead and get married. That poor woman will be miserable. If he's not gotten out of what he wants to do right now, y'all will be setting that woman up for the worst.
Yeah.
So I don't understand when people keep saying he just need to go ahead and get married, That's how a lot of marriages end in divorce or cheating and all this kind of mess. No, let him get out the oaks, whatever he's trying to get out. And let him be like Noel Jones. Wait until he about 80. Decide
you need help from this, help from that, and help
then maybe he'll call Vashti when he 80 something and say, "I decided we just gonna make this work." Just be like Noel Jones.
Loretta say, "Come on in. I done spent all your money over the years anyway. Come on in."
Let's hope you ain't got no Princess Regina hiding under the car and saying breaks and stuff.
Yeah, but it's. I think about that, but I say, because I see it both ways. When you don't want to get married, you just don't want to get married.
No.
But you're in a profession where it's built on morality and it's built on biblical principles. That's the profession that you choose to be in. But you pick and choose and you push a grace message to cover up.
It's like, I want an excuse to do what I want to do. Let me find a Bible verse.
Yeah. And fact of the matter is,
Shardy Wagner 24.
Yeah. Jordan, we can always find something to ease our sin.
Child,
we can always do that, but
I'm not trying to ease my sin. I'm trying to get away from my sin. If I know I'm doing something wrong, please correct me, help me, because I want to get to heaven for real. I believe in heaven. That's it, Holy Spirit. I believe in heaven.
Because a lot of people don't.
Come on now.
A lot of church folk don't believe in heaven.
Sure don't. They act like there's gonna be a special pastor line. Well, there is. It's gonna be one. It's gonna be one. You know that line that say, "Depart from me, I never knew you." Y'all stand.
But you know what I think people get tripped on, even pastors. Some people, he's gonna. What is that? You got to give an account for your soul. But I don't know if pastors take that a little off, or does that give us in our minds to put the pastor on a certain level because they have to give an account, Regina, for our soul.
You know what? Listen, what didn't they say? The veil was broken, veil was torn.
Yeah,
I'm going to heaven on my own. I don't need no pastor trying to stand up, trying to talk about me. He may be mad at me that day and try to give a bad report.
Got that right. You got that right.
I'm going there on my own account.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't get it. I'm so glad that I can go to church, Regina, and leave a lot of the nonsense out of it. You know, being in church so long, that's why I don't. It's like you should be able to go. If you have been in this thing for years and you're mature in it, you should be able to go and really turn off the foolishness, because you got to know that these folks are human and there's going to be some foolishness.
Yeah.
You know, there's going to be some times they're going to tell you they want you to be at that church 4 or 5 times a week. No. I will see you on Sunday and maybe a Bible study or something. And no, but you know, I think people need to start using their wisdom and using their minds and thinking.
Yeah, you don't want to get burnt out. You don't want to get burnt out.
Yeah.
I remember back in my day when my husband and I were armor bearers for a church in Miami. Excuse me, a really large church. And they were having tent revivals. I mean, revivals, all this kind of stuff was going on. And my children were young. Our children were young at that time. I think they were like 11 and 15, 14, 16, something like that. And we had those poor babies in church like 7 days a week. Yeah. I mean, I would get off from work 5 o'clock, shoot over to the church at 5:30, 6 o'clock. You know, we have the, service and all that till like 11 o'clock at night. My poor babies was laying on the floor at the church sleeping.
Ooh, I remember those days.
I'm picking my babies up, taking them home. We get home. I'm trying to put them in bed. Now it's midnight. My son telling me he ain't watching no TV yet. He don't want to go to sleep. And it was too much. And I look back at it now and I'm like, what the heck was I doing? I was taking away so much time from my family.
Yeah.
So much time from my family. And God don't need us to move and be burnt out 7 days a week. When he himself knew the importance of resting. And so I'm like you, I learned, no, I don't need to do that. Y'all
tell me something, and not to get personal or anything in business or anything like that, but as a married couple, working in the church, doing all that, what you did. At that point in time, did you have a strain on your marriage at any time?
No, my husband and I never allowed that to take place. Now, I do know some couples that did.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you what a strain was. The strain was with my kids, though. It wasn't in my marriage, because my husband and I, we're devoted. We're devoted. Listen, if we say we with you, we with you.
Okay.
And so we did that. So it didn't strain our marriage, but the strain came. My kids, my kids are like, Mom, we're not spending time with you. Mom, we're not having dinner with you. I mean, I'm going from 5:30 at night, picking up my kids, running to a drive-through to give them a kids meal, rushing them to church, having them sitting in the back of the church to eat their little kids meal, and tell them, don't spill your soda on the church floor, while I'm running behind the pastor being armor bearer and all that stuff. My husband's running around the other pastor being armor bearer. Yeah. And then we get our kids up off the floor at midnight, take them home. My kids felt that. And even to this day, and that's why I said this year, I am spending Christmas and New Year's with my daughter. She's 34. Yeah. She still feels the impact of, I didn't get to spend time with my parents.
There's still some years that she lost. 34. Yeah.
So it did not affect my marriage, but it did affect my kids. Now, I do know of some relationships that it affected the marriage. And I think the reason why it did not affect ours is because we were both armor bearers for the husband and wife, pastors. And plus, my husband and I have this thing. We are so much of friends.
That's important.
Yeah, we're such good friends to one another. We not going to argue, fuss, and fight over certain things that other people do, because we built a friendship. Thank you, Holy Spirit. We built a friendship before we even thought about dating.
Right.
And so that helps us to overpower anything that comes against the marriage. The friendship is what holds the marriage together.
Right.
In my marriage.
Because you got to like the person.
Right.
And some people actually get married for their different reasons, and they don't like the person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot. I'm not gonna be waking up to somebody and I'll be like, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
No. But
Yeah, I just wondered about that. I just wanted because just growing up, you see a lot of divorces in the church, and it's from people who have worked diligently in the church.
Yeah, I have a couple. I'm not going to call their name for privacy, but the wife was an armor bearer and the husband was not.
Ooh,
that was a strain on their marriage.
Yeah,
that was a strain. That marriage almost lost it, and she ended up having to give up her armor bearer position to save her marriage. And so it does happen, as well as church, as well as pastors. Pastors. You know how many people these pastors are unhappy in their marriage.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So you got to learn how to balance that thing out and how not to make something greater than your marriage. And some people feel as though, God first and church, first and second and third.
Well, that's what we were taught growing up, Regina. It was about the God, the church, and the family. Yeah. I didn't get out of that until I got out of the apostolic denomination and went to a non-denominational church.
Denominational, yeah.
And it was called Family Community Church. And when I sat down before I took over, the music, a portion of the music of the church, I had a conversation with the pastor, and he really broke down that thing. He said, no. Of course, we know God is the head, but he said he created this church under family first.
There you go.
Community, and then the church.
I love me a good pastor that can focus on family. Hey, Rock Leach. Speaking of, what up, Rock Leach? How you doing? Listen,
you can come up if you want, Rock.
Yeah, have Rock to come up. Him and his wife Jazz, they know the importance of family. I love it.
And I see they work together, and so that and again, we're in a new age where it's the church is online.
Yes.
So if you're still working, you can be working in the church or you in the building, or you can be working online. It still can be a strain if you're not doing it in the right way.
I think we need to have more pastors like the pastor you just mentioned do that. We got to have more pastors.
That thing because he said he didn't want me to have no kind of, and that's what I was used to. Not to interrupt you, but I was used to that mind frame of church first,
right?
Regardless, it's about, and they hit it with God first.
Yeah, that's what my children are still having an issue with that part though. Both of them. They're still having an issue with that part because in their childhood, my husband and I, they had it from both sides. We both put God first. And we would go, on meetings with the pastors, go to town with the pastors and have to leave them with my mom and dad. And they were always like, why we always have to be with grandma and grandpa? Y'all always with church.
Yeah.
And so they believe in God, but they don't like church.
Yeah, because they put that image of God. God is selfish. God only thinks about himself. He wants everybody on himself, and he wants you to ignore your family and put them as second rate. And that's not the kind of God we serve.
It's not. And so I love when a pastor can really teach the church and the church members about marriage, about the importance of family, about the importance of children. I love a pastor that can do that. I used to say this when I was preaching in my brick and mortar. I would tell the people, I would say, listen,
thank you,
don't call me at 3:00 in the morning. Oh, what's Rock Leach saying? I'm driving.
He's driving in the future. He wants to do it in the future.
Oh, thank you. I love him and his wife. I love his channel too. He's amazing. Y'all go over there to Social Fire E-Church.
That's a great program. He said, "This is crazy. I now teach differently."
Okay, Patrick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's about when you know better what you do better, Regina.
Right. That's what you have to do. So I love when pastors can really. I used to say this when I was in my brick and mortar. Thank you for reminding Holy Spirit. I would tell my members, don't call me at 3:00 in the morning.
Right.
And they'd be like, oh, but you're the pastor. We have an emergency. I said 911.
Right.
911.
And when they have taken care of that, you call me in the morning.
I tell them, I said, do not call me at 3:00 in the morning. I got me a good man in my bed next to me. And if you think I'm going to answer your phone at 3:00 in the morning, I can't do nothing for you but pray. And I could pray for you at 10, 11, 12 o'clock when you call me back and tell me what happened. But I would tell them, I said, I am not your doctor in your medical emergency.
Yes.
I would let them know because in the church, we're taught call the pastor anytime. But the pastor got a wife. The pastor got his own self that he's trying to,
That's right.
get his. So I would tell my members, don't do it. No, because if you do, you're going to get my answering service. Don't get mad if you call back again. You're going to get it again.
You're right.
Because because by that time I learned, no. My family is important. And if you pray right, and I would tell you got to learn how to pray for yourself, because you're going to get my answering machine a lot of times.
Yeah.
And you have to learn how to.
You have to encourage yourself sometime. Go listen to Donna Lawrence telling you about it.
Well, listen.
But and again, that is what feeds a lot of the bad side of the ego of the pastors. Putting all that on them. I'm your everything. I'm your one-stop shop to Jesus. Call me, do that. And it feeds that ego, but it also, that just creates an unhealthy relationship. And it's just very down. Let me tell you, like I said, I was in the apostolic church for all my life. And at 26 or so, when I didn't go anymore, I sat down there, and that pastor, and he had the Baptist background, but he opened up a non-denominational, but he sure had some good old Baptist ways still, but we won't go there. Especially when it came to women.
Oh my God.
No, Lord. And he did not put them women in that pulpit.
Oh my.
Thank you, non-denominational. No, you're Baptist.
Going back to Baptists, non-denominations put us women up on there. They be like, come on, sister so-and-so, come on, pastor so-and-so, come on.
Oh, yeah, but they still have their ways. But when he sat down there, and it's like, it opened up me all those years of just wrong teaching erased in that hour meeting we had.
Yeah.
And I've said, he starts, I don't think he does things a certain way. He should, but it didn't matter. God had me sitting there to learn that principle so I can figure out how not to put that towards my daughter, what I've been through.
Listen, I was going to a Baptist church down there in Miami, Florida, and they were so Baptist, St. James, that the women could not even come and stand on the pulpit. If we had to give a testimony, we had to stand in the front. We could not step up on that pulpit.
No, you better not.
But they could have all the brothers come across there and stand on the pulpit. But us women, all we could do is cook the fish fry dinners and stand down in the front with the microphone. And let me tell you, them long skirts and pantyhose and all that stuff, I was so glad when I got out that Baptist church.
Just over there hot. Just hot.
I was with them pantyhose and a slip all around my waist at one time. I was so glad to get out there.
Girdle, stockings,
undergarments and all that stuff. I was about 4 layers on my waist. I was ready to get up out of there. No,
I be talking to my mom sometimes. I said, my sister, she's still trapped. Not trapped, but she's still like traumatized.
Oh my goodness.
Sometimes her mind she'll start thinking, it's like she gets traumatized. Like, okay, we out of it now. We ain't over there no more. But I think because the women in the church had it worse than us.
Yeah. I went over there to I used to go to Creflo Dollar. Love me some Creflo Dollar. He has his ways and he's done his things. But listen, I'm a forgiving person and I love Creflo Dollar. I love that he's made that turnaround and I'm happy for him and proud of him, actually. I used to attend Creflo Dollar's church here in Georgia, and I went through his new members class. And when I got out of the new members class, they said, okay, everybody going to pick, what do you want to do for the church? Like, what's your position? You want to work at the bookstore? So I'm always been an armor bearer. So I said, I'll work with like the greeters or work with the pastor or staff and all that stuff. So they said, okay, great. We'll accept you. You're good for the position. Here's the layout, what you got to do. So they sent me this pamphlet. There was a lot of pamphlets, like 20 pages of stuff you had to do. And one of them was, you have to always wear pantyhose and your skirt has to always be about 5 inches below your knee.
Wow.
And St. James, listen to this part. And when guests come in, because my position was going to be when they have guest speakers come in, guest pastors come in, we're to serve them, give them beverages and all that stuff. The third criteria where I said, heck no, I ain't doing this. They said, you cannot speak directly to the guests. I did just like you did. I said, what? Because I'm a talker by nature anyway. I'm a natural talker.
So like a guest preacher coming in or something like that?
You did exactly like I did. I said, excuse me, I got a question about number 3.
Yeah.
You say I can't speak. And they were like, no, you cannot speak. So I asked, but what if they come in. I'm not supposed to say hello. She said, only if they speak to you are you supposed to speak to them. And you only are supposed to answer like yes or no and not have a whole conversation. I said, oh, this is not for me. I can't do this part. I can't do this part. I did not like that part. They were like, okay, you just come in and you just say yes or no or nod your head. I said, oh, no, that sounds too much like a cult to me. Too much. Not saying that Creflo's church is no cult, but that part, I couldn't take it.
But I think we build these folks up to a certain level, Regina.
I said, listen, if Benny Hinn or one of them come up in this place or Jesse Duplantis, I'm going to be like, what up, Jesse? What up? I'm just this type that's just going to be like, yes, child, no. Wow. Give it to somebody else.
Wow.
And I did not do anything in the church. I said, after that, forget it. This ain't for me. I can't. No shade or no tea to Creflo Dollar, but real true story. I just was like, nah, this ain't for me. And besides, I did not want to go back to them dang old pantyhose. I'm not doing it.
And going back to the appearance of holiness, but denying the power, because the power is denied if you don't want to wear the mess.
I don't even like dresses anyway. I hate wearing a dress. I cannot stand wearing a dress. And I think I get that from back in the day. My mom used to always dress me in all these fluffy, and all this kind of stuff. And when I worked at the bank, I was a bank manager for many years. I used to always have to pantyhose and purse and all this.
Well, see, but the holy folks will tell you, oh, you can do it from the secular folk, Regina, and you can't do it for the Lord. That's what they say. That's what they tell you.
I ran away from all that mess. I say, man, I throw me a pair of pants on and some chucks real quick. Listen, I'm ready to put my heels on, put my Converse on. I used to be in my pulpit when I had my brick and mortar church, in my pulpit with my Converse on, because I said I need to be able to run, and I can't run in heels. I need to be able to run. And the thing about it,
you're doing you're doing what they're doing now. You were doing then what they're doing now. That's a lot of the preachers are in suits and Converse and chucks and Jordans, and
that's right. That's right. Well, I still got to get me a pair of them chucks that you got with what you had with the verse on it and so forth.
With my name and stuff. I was in Chicago and got those. I really like those. Yeah,
they were cute. I was like, okay, look at them. I'm a Chucks girl. I got about 32, 33.
Oh, okay. You up there with me. So when you go to Chicago, I'm sure they probably have another city, but I just happen to be in Chicago downtown on what's the street they shop on? Madison, or not Madison, whatever street that is in Chicago. But it's right there. It's right there.
Listen, but I want to say this for disclaimer purpose. I've never paid full price for any pair of my Chucks. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. Years ago, I was praying to own a pair of Converse, right? Converse were expensive it's still kind of pricey if you I was praying to own a pair. And I went to Marshall's one day and they had a pair for like $25. And they were so cheap. I was like, are these real? These knockoff Converse?
Yeah.
And Converse, and found out, they're real. And what Marshall's does is they get all the stuff in from the other major stores like Macy's and all these other big stores. They have them in there. Pants and Converse on the woman pastor going
race dub.
No, I'm not. I'm going straight to heaven with my Chucks on. Straight to heaven with my Chucks on and my pants
That's
on.
Right.
And so I prayed one and I said, Lord, I want to own, and I got my first pair from Marshall's. And after that, I would pray and I would say, Lord, I want another pair, and 35 pair later, and never paid full price for Nan one. Nan one.
Yeah, I get mine at different places as well. I get mine at different places as well. And there's one particular place I'm gonna send you the message and tell you where I get them from.
Okay.
And because I'm sure a lot of people don't think they have them, and that's cheap, but they do.
Okay, do share.
So and I was very shocked. I think I was in Los Angeles recently, and I was down at the Grove, Ray. I know you know at the Grove, and I went into a particular high-end shop at the Grove and got a pair for $40.
Come on now.
So, and that was cheap compared to what they are in the regular store, what Chucks are.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
so I'll send you that where I got them from. So if it's in your area, you can go around there and snoop around and see if they cheap over there
Well,
too.
go ahead, send it to me, and
Yeah.
I snoop around there and see.
Yeah.
Because I went on their website a couple of times and got a few on their sale thing.
Yeah, they
the
do
good
have some
stuff.
pretty good sales if you can catch. Because I'll get the text. I
Yeah.
do allow that text to come through. Because my barber, he also is like a Chuck's guy,
Yeah.
and he got me hip to a particular one that he got, and I was like, oh wow. Then he said, no, just do the app and everything, and you'll be
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
I still want to get me a leather pair. I think they have leather
Oh,
pairs.
I do. I just got some. And matter of fact, I got a pair from that high-end store.
Really?
Yeah, they're like a dark, like a tan, like a really light brown.
Okay.
Ray says, I stay buying them for the upscale stores, and the website gives good. So yes, it's like you have to keep the upscale stores. They're cheap over there. I mean, cheap for some reason for Chuck's.
All right, I love it. So what you think about Tiffany Montgomery?
Well, she, as I ain't gonna say who the person is that responded, or we talked about her video of her falling out.
Okay. Yeah, I did a commentary on it. Mm-hmm.
I said, well, Prophet, you should have just took her to your acting classes first.
Oh, my.
Because that was a very bad skit. Very bad.
Emmy goes through, that's what you're doing?
Well, this is my first time listening now. But thank you so much. Make sure you join us on YouTube as well, Patrick Graham. Appreciate it.
St. James Channels is amazing.
And the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Great channel. So don't just hang it up on mine. Make sure you add her as well.
That's right. Go over there to Social E-Fire also.
Oh, yes. Social E-Fire, Sean Talks, Shy Rosalind. She's on here as
I love shouting out other people's channel. I'm one of these people, me and you and others, like we love shouting out other people's channel.
Because you know what? What's for you is for you. And what's for me is for me. There's no, we all show.
It's enough.
We all share.
I haven't done commentary on Tiffany's remark or her response. Hey, Prayera, but I'm just praying, that she health-wise is okay. I know she said it was a spiritual attack, so I'm just praying that she. No, but
okay. Come on, Regina. Regina, let's talk out this spiritual attack. This spiritual attack caused her to buckle a little bit.
Hey, Catherine.
And then she kind of wobbled a little bit.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, she said, check this out, y'all. I might fall out today.
She probably at the beginning said, I'm not feeling so well.
And she probably told her people.
Yeah.
I ain't feeling well. I might fall out. I want you to be close. I might wobble a little bit. That's where you gonna come in. Because the way they laid her down, nobody performed any type of CPR.
Now that part I didn't like. That could be scary.
Yeah, I guess she was on like a dry fast.
Okay. Hey, I am Courtney Phillips.
I think she said something about that, a dry fast. But my thing is, I don't believe it was real. I think it was really something that she gave into for the spiritual impact of what she was doing for the day.
Yeah, I think she was exhausted. And it may be, like I said on my channel, it may have been a spiritual attack. I'm not going to take that away from her. But just some of the signs that I saw led me to believe that she was super dehydrated. And it could be, and so forth. But I do, pray that. And she came back and said that she was fine, so forth. So it is what it is.
Nothing wrong with her. She was fine when she was buckled. And I don't mean any harm. And I don't mean to really not acknowledge her thing, but it looked too fake to me, Regina.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that too. A lot of people are saying that. But she had been preaching for 2 hours before she fell out.
Oh, had she? Okay.
She had been. That video was 3 hours and 40 something minutes.
Oh, wow.
She had been preaching for 2 hours before she fell out. And then when she fell out, it was an hour before she came back on the platform. It was an hour. Listen, don't ask me to fast with you. Yeah, dry acting.
Right.
I cannot.
Dry
Saint, I'm not,
fasting, dry acting. Oh,
I'm
Lord
not
Jesus.
somebody that can fast. Do you do fast really good? Are you a good
You know
fast?
what? I fast, but you know what? I'm not trying to prove my salvation to nobody, especially not trying to prove it to God. So,
Oh,
I don't go on these 3 days and like
I can.
when I was attending a church early last year or so, he would call like a fast on, I believe he called like a fast on Tuesdays, but
Okay.
he would say fast until he would say like 3 or 4 o'clock.
Okay. Okay.
So like nothing in the morning, nothing like unless you need to take medication, take some water, whatever. But I never want to get away from it because
Yeah.
the
It is
Bible
a
does
cleansing.
say, some things got to come through prayer and fasting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you
Listen,
don't want it
mm,
bad enough, you don't have to do it. But I think certain things that you want in your life, whether it's a change, whether it's for yourself or whether it's for family member, whether it's for your business,
mhm.
I think it takes an extra sacrifice, and that sacrifice could be of fasting. Yeah.
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 When we used to do the Daniel fast
And
every
fast for more
January,
than food. Yeah.
fasts are more than
Mhm.
when we used to do a Daniel fast in January, the pastor that we were with, he would say for the first 3 days, you do nothing. You just don't drink anything. You don't drink
Mhm.
anything. You don't
Mhm.
eat anything. And let me tell you, on that day 2, like in the afternoon, I
Mhm.
was like
Woo!
about to fall out.
And everything that you never thought you wanted is ready for you to have. If you
Listen,
fasting at work, that's the day they're gonna bring in pizza.
come on now.
They're gonna cater in some Mediterranean.
All the commercials gonna be food. That's all you're gonna see. Food. Every single commercial is food. I don't even know how I made it through. It's like the song say, I don't even know how I made it through. I
And
don't know
you
how I
try
made
to
it over.
skip over the food channel, the food network,
Oh my
you
God.
know.
And I had this one pastor here in Georgia, when he would do the Daniel fast, he would
Mhm.
say, okay, these are the rules for the Daniel fast. And those of you that
Mhm.
know the Daniel fast, it's mostly grains and all this kind of stuff or whatever, no sugar. Well, this
Yeah.
pastor said, well, peanut butter and jelly was part of the Daniel fast for his church, and lemonade.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, and lemonade. Lemonade, because those
Lord have mercy. What kind of fast you doing?
he say those are allowed. Peanut butter and
Oh,
jelly and
please. Oh,
lemonade
please.
were allowed on the Daniel fast. I say, oh Lord, look at this mess. He just trying to cater to his own taste. But that
Mm,
Daniel fast, listen, we would lose weight though. We would lose weight.
mm.
My God. I mean, but I haven't done a
I've
Daniel
definitely heard
fast
of the Daniel fast, but don't think I've ever heard where it included anything about peanut butter and jelly and lemonade.
It didn't.
Sorry.
It was based on the food that they said Daniel ate when they got captured, and and they were like, we're not gonna eat what y'all give us. We don't eat what we're used to eating,
Yeah.
grains, foods, and stuff like that. It was based on that. But child, this pastor said he was gonna put in there what he wanted. And my husband and I, when we first heard that, we were like, "What no lemonade in the Daniel fast? No peanut butter
No,
and jelly
nowhere.
in the
Nowhere in
Daniel
Daniel fast.
fast?" Oh God, it was
I,
so funny.
I like what Joshua said. He said that
What he said.
listen, fasting does wonders. I would die on that hill. Let me tell you.
Woo.
This,
Listen.
yeah.
It's hard for me to fast now, though. I haven't, man. I try and do 2-3 days. It depends on what it is, though.
That's a laxative. Yes. So it's really hard for you to fast?
It depends. If I have to go 3 days without anything, like no
Oh, well, see,
water, no food, no nothing.
I haven't done one of those. I think
Mm-mm.
I did that. I'm not even gonna lie to you, Regina. I think I've done that one time in my life.
That's the hardest, most dreadful thing
Yeah.
to do, especially when you're older
Mhm.
and your body is like, wait, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, it's 9, 12 o'clock,
Yeah.
we still ain't eat yet, it is 6 o'clock, and you doing this again tomorrow, your body is like, oh no, oh no.
Mhm. Mhm. Talk about some of these churches fast for vanity. Just say you want to lose weight.
So I tell them if it involves food, please, I'm not good at that part. I'm
But you
not.
know
I
what?
mean,
And the thing about it, I think a fast is really something that you really having hard time saying no to. And
yeah.
for me, I need coffee every morning.
You got to put your mind to it. I had this one girl that I used to work with. It was a really good friend of mine. She was thin as a pencil. And
Mm.
she would come in and say she's doing a 40-day fast. And she would not drink or eat anything for 40 days.
I ain't in the Bible days.
And I told her, I said,
No.
girl, what you trying to get from God? 40 days of
Yeah.
nothing, you already a
It
pencil.
says some things come through prayer and fasting. What are you trying to get, honey? Yeah, I want to know too.
Trying to get the winning lottery numbers of 40 days of nothing.
Ray has Joshua has a suggestion for you. He said try a few hours once a week.
Okay.
Give up lunch, give up evening TV, give up anything and replace it with the word and time for God.
Okay, I could try that. I could try that.
Yeah.
Once a week, give up lunch. You know, I'm actually doing that right now over there with my brother. I go there like 8:30 in the morning. And by the time I look up, it's like his 12 noon feeding is like, okay, noon time. And then his 4 o'clock feeding. And I look up and I'm like, wait a minute, I ain't feed myself yet. You know, unconsciously I'm doing that already. But when I know I'm doing, I think that's the part of it. What's his name? Joshua. I think that's my issue, Joshua. I know I'm fasting and I have to get my mind to line up with, I got to do this and not be, because when I look at it as, oh my God, I'm fasting. Now it's like, it's bad for me. But if I just say, like he said, I'm just going to give up eating for a little bit.
Yeah. And I think people are trying to overdose on spirituality. Like it's going to, it's going to make a difference. No. We're human. Start at the level that, and you never know where you can go in it. Not that you're trying to go to 40 days, but it's, I think God really challenges us on the simple things.
Yeah, I can give up.
Because if we can't conquer some of the simple things, how can he give us, carte blanche for the grander things that he has prepared for us? So there is lessons in all of it, I think.
Listen, when I be going on some of the fast, St. James, I be like Jesus up there when Satan came to him talking about some turn this stone into bread.
Now, while you're at it, turn the water to wine.
I be like, Jesus, help me now. That stone looking like a piece of bread.
Now, where's the manna from on heaven, from on high?
Send that same raven you sent Elijah.
Right. Oh, but that's a word right there, Sean. But if you don't pray, don't fast. Don't even do it.
That's it right there. That's it. That's it. They go in conjunction with one another.
Yeah. And that's what Pastor Prim is saying. Yeah.
Hey, Pastor Prim, how you doing?
Yay.
But fasting without praying and reading the word, you're just on a diet.
You're just on a diet because I think you're losing, and that is that's a good thing to add because I think a lot of us miss that part. We miss that part, and it's not about always reading. This I'm saying. People always think they got to get on their knees, and it's about acknowledging the space that you're in. If you're driving in your car, you can talk to God at that time also.
Of course.
That's prayer.
That's people communication. Think that prayer has to be so, what's the word, Holy Spirit? They think that prayer has to be so formal. Like you going auditioning for a play or something. Yeah. It doesn't have to be
like the deacons, God of Abraham and God of Isaac. No.
It don't have to be so exaggerated. It don't have to be any of that. You could be just like the little children, come to God, hey, God. And I remember one time I was talking with this gentleman and he said, man, he goes, yo, I talk to God just like this. I'd be like, yo, Jesus. Jesus.
I saw that too.
And I just sat there and listened to the young man. And I was like, okay. He was like, because I gotta understand him, and he'd be like, yeah, And I said, son, you okay? As long as you're talking to him, talk to him. Yeah. Talk to him. He didn't curse or anything like that. He was just like, yo, Jesus, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, young man, I got you. Just go ahead and pray, young man. Go ahead and pray.
And again, there's a fine line between, having a real close relationship to not really reverencing.
Yeah. Now that's here when people get out of line when they tell me I talk to Jesus any kind of way is when they say, I curse at Jesus and
he knows me, he understands me.
I'm like, hold on now, you're overboard because you forgot the reverence part. You forgot the reverence part because even though you may want to curse at your friends, and I had to correct somebody on this. I said, even though you want to curse at your friends, I said, will you curse at your mama like you're cursing at your friends? And they're like, oh no, I respect my mama. I said, bingo, there it is.
Yeah.
So you gotta know how to respect God too, even though you want him to communicate with you and like certain things and communicate certain ways. No. You got to be careful about that part, as long as you reverencing him. And I do believe the young man that I was talking to you when he was with the Yo Jesus, he was really reverencing him because he could curse.
We don't know the background. He could have a background of being an ex-gang member or where that
he was from the streets.
From the streets.
He was from the streets.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, I like you. You all right with me? You real? I was like, thank you, young man. He was like, yo, I can get with you. You know you real. And I was like, hold on, what's the get with me part? What that mean? But what that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? But you know what? To that point, and it reminds me of a preacher who's preaching now, but he was also from the streets. Really big guy. He was a bouncer, worked for different artists and stuff and he was really street. But he really, he got saved. He's preaching now, but he still has this way of preaching and praying. When he comes to the prayer, it's like that, but not that deep into the streets. Yeah. But you can tell. And I think what happened was he was just shaped as long as he was in it. He started to shape into more of a respectable, still his way, but more of a respectable, because we don't want to do things that people aren't able to accept it. Because they're looking at you so much that they can't accept what you're doing, like what you're saying or what you're singing. That's why the choir robe was invented. Another reason why, because we needed to cover up us so people can focus and see the direction. That's why preachers wore robes. So we can focus on the message and not the messenger of it. But we know now it's the messenger. We couldn't get past what we were hearing and seeing because we were just so distracted. So and it also, with the choirs, it also shows that unity with all of them. So, all of that, I love. Hey, Sean, I know he was respecting me. That young man loved me. He was like, yo, you all right? You're so cute. I was like, oh my God, you're so cute. Oh, wow, that is funny. Oh my God, 2 hours. I didn't mean to be here this long.
Thank you.
When are you going live? What time are you going live?
7:30 Eastern Standard Time. We'll be here with the team, and we're talking about Christmas.
So that's 4 or 5. That's 4:30 my time. Okay, cool. So we will be over there to the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Yeah. And next time I want to come on a little bit. We'll coordinate because then I can just direct everybody over there to you. Do you do redirects?
Yes, actually haven't done them yet, but I'm getting ready to start doing all of that come January 1st. We got a lot going on. We're getting ready to, I'm connected with someone and we're getting ready to get into the books of the Apocrypha for anybody who's interested in that.
What is that?
The books of the Apocrypha they're called the hidden or the lost books. Hold on a second. Let me grab this for you. Let me show you. Hold on.
Hey, while she's doing that, everybody, if you want to support the program, make sure you do that. You can do that. I have an opportunity right now to support the program, and you can support with our ways of giving right there. There they are. There's a Zelle, PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. Now, someone hit me up and said, have you checked your P.O. box? I was like, oh, no, I haven't checked it in a few weeks, and I'm going to check it today after the live. I'm going to go to my P.O. box. I still have to do some running around for Christmas. So thank for those who love this. It send me the beautiful snail mail. I don't know about you, Regina, but I always do like to still open things in the mail.
Yes, I do, because checks come.
Yes, so there it is, P.O. Box 25293, Fresno, California, 93729. If you, in generally our regular way is $ChurchSector for Cash App or Zelle, the St. James Show at att.net, PayPal, the St. James Show, and also Venmo, the St. James Show. Thank you for those who have already donated through Super Chat and also through Cash App. I appreciate your gifts for Christmas and your support of this platform. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Now, what is the book of, say it again?
Okay, the books of the Apocrypha, they're most known for, they're called the lost books of the Bible.
Okay.
These are books of the Bible that are not in the standard Bible that we have. They're
I've heard
considered
the Catholics kind of read off some other stuff. Is that what that is too?
Similar to that.
Okay.
Now I have what's called the 54 book of the Apocrypha. Most people are familiar with the 9 books. A lot of people are not familiar with the 54 books. These are 54 books of the Bible that were removed from the Bible. So you all think you have the full Bible looking at this King James. You don't have the full Bible because there were some parts that were taken out. Right, Shardy. They're part of the books they took out of the Bible. And they're called the Apocrypha. They're the lost books. So I'm going to get ready, and I've met up with a gentleman, and I've had, been studying Apocryphas for a while now, but not in depth like the gentleman that I'm going to have come on my platform. He is very, very skilled and versed in the books of the Apocrypha. There are books in the Bible here, like I saw somebody put in there Enoch. There's also books of the giants. There's also books of Adam and Eve. There's it tells you the whole story of Adam and Eve. We get such a short version of Adam and Eve in our Bible, but these are considered the books that for various reasons men decided to remove them from the Bible. And I'm also going to be having some information on the Torah. I have the Torah as well. So
that's it. Yeah, it's very interesting. Now that Torah, I have read quite a few books of the Torah. And
So we're getting into it because it's knowledge, and I want people to have some more information on it. Shardy. Yeah, the 54 books. If y'all want that, go to Walmart online. I got mine from Walmart online. It's really, really good information. A lot of pastors don't preach from the Apocrypha, won't even mention the Apocrypha. They're stuck with the regular Bible. But
now Joshua puts this, he said, be careful with those. Several of those books are not verified. For example, there was a book of Jasper, but the one we have today is not and cannot be historically accurate.
Yeah, and that's what, and even with that, a lot of people are always like, well, this is not accurate, that is not accurate, and so forth. And that's why a lot of them were removed. And that could be the case. But my thing is, the reason why I want to have a study on it is because a lot of it is still accurate, but men removed them, and men said they were not accurate because they wanted them removed. And so we're going to get into all of that as well.
Good. I think it sounds like it's already like a discussion that needs to have.
it is. Yes. So we're going to be talking about that, but I'm excited about it. And we're going to get into all the who's and what's and whys and wheres and all that kind of stuff.
Let's answer this question before we get out of here. She says, have either of you ever been to Kwanzaa? Yeah, I actually have been a few times here. One of my African studies professor was actually the creator of the Kwanzaa celebration here in the city. So, we all ran over there to the Kwanzaa when we was in class to make sure he, Dr. Professor Kayinde Sawazi, I'm here. Pride, love. Yeah.
I have not been to one, and I should have been to one because I'm from Miami. The 305. They used to celebrate all this stuff, but I have not. I haven't.
Okay, I think it's a great. I would love to. I haven't really followed anyone online who actually do each day, and I think that's probably something great for you to do. I mean, you have so much wisdom with that, and you do like the inspiration. That would probably be a good series for your morning inspiration, the Kwanzaa.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Because it's different affirmations each day.
Well, let me check that out then.
Check that out, yeah.
Kwanzaa every year here in the city. Oh, y'all celebrate that in Flint? Okay.
Yeah, everybody really celebrates it, but it's just a matter. Yeah, especially in the Black community. I mean, it's our thing.
I want to get education on it. Well, I'm gonna check that out.
Get some education because it probably will be a great, and it starts after Christmas. So it probably would be a great
time. It's a good time to start it.
It's a perfect time to start. And I think you can get ready because I think the first deal is it love or is it peace? One of the first deals of Kwanzaa. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a big thing in the cities of Flint, Saginaw, and Detroit. Okay.
All around. Even in Oakland and a lot of the places Even like I said, even here they really stress it here, and they've been doing it for years. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
check it out. Check it out.
I will do that. Well, thank you for having me on, my friend.
All right, so we're going to be tuned in over there to you on this a little bit later in a few hours, couple of hours, and we will see you at the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Make sure you guys add it so you'll be over there to listen to the conversation on this evening. Thank
y'all
so
very much. Y'all stay blessed, loving, and kind out there. Bye, my friend.
We always love Regina from the Juice Radio and Talk Show, so appreciate you guys. I did get some responses, so we will have a conversation with some of the petitioners of the Abyssinian lawsuit. So we will have that conversation probably, I don't know. Depends on when we can arrange it. Depends on when we can arrange it. So we will see. We're excited. We're going to have the Jordans, the prophets, on Saturday. So make sure you are with us on Saturday with Prophet Manasseh, Prophet Bernard Jordan, and whoever else they have come on. Maybe we can get Bishop-elect Joshua Jordan to come on and do some good hollering for us. I love it when he comes over here and does his good hollering. So we're excited about that at the end of the week, because listen, we are approaching the end of the year, and I think we need to get some connections so we can be ready to approach the end of the year. So just get ready for that, everybody. Thank you again, Regina. You don't understand this case. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting case. Well, I think the case itself, they just said that Dr. Kevin Johnson wasn't elected according to the bylaws. That's what the case is. He just wasn't elected. There's a group of longstanding members that said he was not elected according to the bylaws. And if you do want some additional information, I have a playlist on the YouTube channel. It says Abyssinian Baptist Church, and all the videos are in that playlist, so you can go back and get some history on the lawsuits itself. There were 2 lawsuits filed, one by Dr. Eboni Marshall Turman, and another by a group of individuals from the church. So I am complete. I like his mind. Yeah, me too. I know he says it, and it was just with ease. And I am complete. Oh yes, I am. It just puts a stamp on what he said, right? Yeah, it puts a stamp on it. Yeah, walking into 2026, we gotta make sure our paths are clear and make sure that we are aware of what is coming ahead of us. There's always challenges, but it doesn't have to be challenges that don't help us grow and thrive. All challenges are not bad, okay? They're not bad. They're just tools to help us to fine-tune us up and to sharpen our lives. So yes. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me on this evening. We will see you. Listen, it is Christmas, everybody. Try to avoid the negativity. Just try to avoid it. Just go somewhere. Just even if you're not, even if you ain't happy, don't make somebody else unhappy. Okay, it's your happiness, your happy day will come also. But if you're not feeling the Christmas spirit, the spirit of love and the spirit of giving, the spirit of just acknowledging, and thanking God for the birth of Jesus Christ, if you're not feeling it, just chill. Don't entertain negativity, and don't try to soil up someone else's holiday season, all right? Just don't worry. Be happy. All right. Thank you, everybody. Peace.